Hi, and welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by the Harika Foundation focused on youth mental health. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to let you all know that all content that is found in our podcast is created for informational purposes only. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or therapy. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard in this podcast. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us again today. We do have a special guest with us, Harika, who is going to share her parenting journey with us. Welcome, Sister Rini, for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank
For
you.
those who are joining us for the first time, I highly encourage all of you to listen to our this whole series starting from episode 1. Every episode we are bringing new parent with new journey, new challenges, new solution. So it's exciting to have Harika today. So Harika, before we get into question and answer, my request to you is introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about you, your kids, and where are you joining us from? Anything you would like us to know.
Thanks for having me. I've seen some of the snippets of this series, and it's an honor to be part of this conversation here today. So, thanks for making me a small part of in this journey here. So, I'm Harika. I am a working mom of two girls. I have they're 12 and 6, and we're based out of North Carolina. And I've been professionally, I've been doing, I'm a professional for 15 plus years and working and a mom for 12 years now.
Thank you, Harika, for sharing. So, a question is coming to my mind. You said two daughters. Do they get into any fight anytime? Sibling rivalry or
Oh,
anything?
yes, yes. I've been there, done that, and I'm actually seeing my kids do the same thing. It's always fun. They're one thing I've learned is not to interfere in that as long as it's not a like it's not there's no harm to it. But the minute I interfere, it just blows up. But the minute I don't, or like let them sort it out, it's just a very silly sibling fight. But they do have fights all the time. They fight and then they come close again.
Thank you for sharing. So, do you get upset if they fight, or you are, as you're saying, it's normal, you did it, let them do it? Any reaction, anytime?
As long as they're not hurt. My only question to them is like they call me. One of them who is on the lower side does reach out to me, and as long as the only question I ask is, are is anything broken? Are you all both in one piece? As long as they're in one piece, I'm like I'll let them sort it out. It's part of the journey. They're 6 and 12 now, so it's like it's a long journey, but I've learned to stay out of it.
Thank you for sharing. So, you said you are a working mom. So, how do you balance work and then parenting? I hope you have enough support with you.
It's I have my husband with me. It's just the two of us. So just support. I think they're a little older now. When they were younger, I had my like my parents help me, but now that they're a bit older, actually, my 12-year-old is a big support system. Picking and drop. Like we're really close to where we stay. The school is very close. It's walkable. So she gets to like pick up sometimes because she comes home early. So my support system is my 12-year-old, but otherwise we're just managing.
It's wonderful to hear your daughter is your support system, your husband is very cooperative. So, any challenges are you facing in your parenting nowadays? Because, it's digital age, lot of social media, and girls, like I will tell you, my girl was into fashion. She would like to dress up and put makeup on. And in my house, it was not acceptable. Like dad was little bit upset. Why does she need to do that? Because his, thinking was she's not focused on her studies. So, do you face any such challenges?
Uh, not, but interestingly, you asked a question. So, off late, one of the biggest shift I had in parenting or in general life is that I'm no longer seeing challenges as issues, but challenges are gifts waiting to be uncovered. If I can just double click on that a little bit. So my 12-year-old, I tell her simple things. Don't eat that snack at this hour, or don't watch particular series. Like don't stop browsing or whatever. Simple things. She gets up, so she stops doing it immediately. But I can see that her she's upset, like her facial expressions. She's upset. You can see that her shoulders, her shoulders dropped, her eyes are low, and then she just walks away, sad and upset. So I have look. So we do a lot of like we have a bedtime routine where we take read a passage from a book, or like our books are the books that we read are Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Dyer. I think what we're reading right now is Man's Search for Meaning. It's by Viktor Frankl. So and then we're reading. We just finished The Power of Positivity. So we read a lot of those, and then we do affirmations, and we have a little Reiki session going on at bedtime. So we do all of that, and so in spite of all of that, she's like, she gets upset. And there was a time where initially I was like, you don't want to be upsetting. You don't, you have a simple trick. You just have to change the way you think, change your thoughts. And then as it, as nothing is changing on her end, what I started uh, to notice was, not notice at that time, what was happening is that I started screaming. I'm like, I'm getting upset, I'm screaming, and I'm telling her, what is the point of doing all of those rituals? What's the point of me spending my time with you when nothing is actually happening in real life? And then in one of those like screaming moments, it just occurred to me that what I'm actually asking her to do is something I'm not doing myself. I'm also reading the same books with her. I'm also doing the same affirmations with her. We're both doing the same thing, and I'm asking her to change her thoughts and change her mind, or the power of positivity. So what was needed at that time was not for me to fix her, but just be there with her. So it's like what that challenge taught me was awareness. I was not aware. I was not present in that moment. So challenges have become very exciting these days. Not to say that I don't have. I have a lot of these, but I look at challenges as gifts waiting to be uncovered. So.
Sister Rini, would you like to say it is a beautiful experience what you shared, Harika? So, Sister Rini, I would request you to share the beauty Harika just revealed.
Yeah, the challenges are the gifts in the waiting, something like that, right? And I think that's the beautiful aspect that Harika just shared, that despite all these rituals, these beautiful positive rituals that they're doing every evening, and she's finding that her daughter is wanting to see all these other TV programs or something like that to kind of fit with the crowd in the school, right? And at that moment, you realize that what you're trying to tell her, you're not yourself practicing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where the real gift was in that challenge, is that It's like I'm waking up to this unconscious beliefs and unconscious impressions and tendencies within me in this situation. So in that sense, her attitude, her behavior, her actions were a gift for you in that sense, because it made you aware of those sleeping tendencies or the sleeping volcanoes, which we were identified with unknowingly. So I would say that was the hidden gift, because then you have this opportunity to kind of take a step back from those reactivities within and know that that which I am is aware of these tendencies. I am aware of these reactions, but I am myself not these reactions. And the moment what I have found is when I'm seeing that I am aware of these reactions, these latent tendencies, and the other person's part has been such a beautiful gift in helping me become aware of it. And what happens is, as is my attitude towards the emotions, the feelings that are coming up within the awareness that I am, my attitude towards their feelings, their emotions is exactly the same. And that is of not doing acceptance, but being that space of acceptance naturally. And what I have found is that this kind of even more powerful than affirmations, because affirmations can be something on the surface still, whereas our core belief about who I am could be totally something different, and affirmations are kind of overcompensating for those hidden insecurities. Whereas in this moment, when you're really seeing that which you are, is just silently witnessing and is aware. And these emotions and feelings are not a problem. They are now coming up for me to be able to see them with detachment. So, what I find is very, very naturally a deep sense of gratitude emerges for the other also.
Yep.
And it's like, thank you. Internally, you may not say it out loud, or you may,
Yep.
I don't know. It will just be depending on that moment. But internally, definitely, there's a deep gratitude that thank you, because it really, whatever and however your part played out, it really helped me see something which was latent. And had it not played out that way, I would not have known these latent tendencies within me, which I was unconsciously identified with. And not in just this aspect of life, but in many other aspects of life, I was seeing through them without knowing. So the whole dynamics changes, and it all happens in a very invisible manner.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think that's the gift I think you're trying to convey to all of us, is the gift of that challenge that you're talking about.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
There were innumerable times I've told I haven't I've like internally did express my gratitude for the way my girls behave, because they, if not for the way they did, it's that life is always happening for me. So everything that's happening is actually happening for me. Everything they are doing is actually for me, for my growth.
That's so beautiful. So, Harika, you gave us little bit glimpse of your night ritual. How is your typical day? Do you feel that you have abundance of time, you're calm while you're doing your chores or about thinking about work? Walk us through your day.
My it's a typical working mom day. Mornings are usually very full. Kids, their school drop-offs, and then I shift gear and shift gears to work. Then we have our plannings, our meetings, and then problem solving. And then evenings are like family times, kids right now they're at taekwondo, so they go to taekwondo for 4 days a week. So it's their activities, and then dinner and bedtime. A very typical day, very ordinary day. It's just that we have some days are more joyful, and some of these ordinary days turn out to be extraordinary, doing the same thing, same routine. It's just, I think it depends upon who you are in those moments. Nothing changes. It's the same routine. It just depends upon how you as the being are. So, yeah. I've been doing my night, and then my night routine or the night ritual. We've been doing that for a little, maybe close to 2 years now. I don't miss out on it. I've just become a bit irregular now, like the last 6 months since we came back from India. But otherwise, because I believe I only have a certain time period where I can influence them. So when they're in this age, like I wanted to have the maximum influence that I can when I can. Yeah, so I've just been, and that's why it's like um, we started it like when my little one was 4, so that's why the affirmations will start. She sings, "I'm love, I'm light, I'm shining bright" every day. So they we start off with those with the affirmations, but then we also read a passage from a book, or like just listen to a video, something inspirational, something simple that they can absorb. I think I started to realize that their maturity is way more than I estimate that them to be. So I think we speak a lot of soul language.
That's amazing. So, how did you get into all this? Were your parents doing all that, and that's how you picked up, and now you're giving to your daughters?
So yes, my mother was always into some kind of there's always she was doing yoga for a little bit, but then she was also very devotional, not more on the spiritual side, but devotional, uh, from in that space. But then for me, I've actually been a yoga and I don't know, meditational practitioner for almost 10 years now. So how did I get into it? Small story. I met with an accident. Uh, I was just driving by myself. I met with an accident. It's been like 14 years now, I think. My car was totaled. Like nothing happened to me, not a single scratch, but my car was totaled. And I was in a wreck. But so since then, the seeker in me started questioning the purpose of life. There should be more to life than just getting married, having kids. And that's when I went through this rabbit hole of like, who am I really? Like, what's the purpose in life? So yeah, and then I've just been to various places, various retreats, and here I am.
Thank you so much, Harika, for sharing that affirmation. I'm trying to remember correctly, and you can remind me again. I am light, I am love, I'm shining bright. Did I say it right?
Just twist, turn it. It's rhymes. I am love. I am light. I am shining bright.
Beautiful. Sister Rini, would you like to expand on that? Because we just said, yes, we can say affirmations, but they are maybe on the surface, but what are these lines truly means, and how do we live as a parent and practice it, or make it really true for ourselves and our kids? So would you like to share some more?
Yeah, sure. That would be beautiful, actually. Um, I definitely don't want to undermine the importance of anything coming from the right place. Um, But yes, I mean, when we really see that, when we say I am light, what does it really mean is that I am the one illuminating all my experiences, whether they are ugly or beautiful, good or bad. But I'm the one that is illuminating. I, not the personal self, but I, that which is aware of all the experiences, thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions. That one is light. Light is not like a physical light, but light which is illuminating all experiences. Just like the sun is illuminating all the objects on earth, and that is why sun is that light, and it's illuminating itself also. Similarly, that which I am is the light, illuminating all my experiences indiscriminately, completely unbiased. So then it's like I can truly know that being light means being unbiased. Being light means being indiscriminate with whatever experiences I'm experiencing. So that's what I'm light. And what was the other second part of
I'm
it?
love. It's I'm love.
I'm love. So then when I know that that which I am is just pure presence, which means there are no divisions in me. So when that which I am, think of it as best is to understand it through an analogy. We see the screen right now, right? It looks like the screen is divided into three parts, right? Three faces. But actually, the screen is just one undivided whole, right? So kind of that. So being love or I am love really means to know oneself as that screen, although the colorful thoughts, the colorful emotions, and the colorful expressions seem to divide me in many different ways. But that which I am is undivided, complete, whole being. That means that I and you are not two separate people or two separate bodies, but there is that we share the being, like we're sharing the screen right now, right? The screen is the one that is showing all the three different faces. It appears to be divided into three, but that if we really am in this analogy, we just take it as an analogy. The truth of all these three faces is the screen, actually. So, in this way, in life, we are that screen, and we appear to be many different expressions of that one screen. So, that is like being love. There is no other in that. So, then when I treat you as I really know that we both share the same being, then I will not hurt you, because hurting you is hurting myself. And in that sense, that we are really being love, to know oneself as that screen. And the third one was
I'm shining bright.
I'm shining bright, so beautiful. And then it's like when I'm shining bright, it just means then that the truth and the beauty of that being is just shining, because it's not it's deeply committed to accept the ugly and the beautiful equally, right? So like that, the sun is shining. It doesn't discriminate whether there's a war or there's peace. It shines bright equally on all aspects of earth. Similarly, that which I am, I shine brightly on all aspects of experiences. And that's the shining bright.
The simple way I told my 6-year-old is whatever you throw up, you throw flowers, flowers will come down. You throw stones, stones are going to come down. So you're going to hit someone, it's going to come back to you in some form. You're going to love someone, that's going to come back to you as well. But so make your choice, like what do you want to throw up? Because it is indefinitely going to come back to you. So you want to make sure it's flowers or stones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're carrying, like if you have to throw a hot potato, you first have to feel it yourself
Hmm.
before you throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this conversation, Sister Rini, when you were saying that oneness, right? So, even family, like when we feel, like when we know we are loved, that's what we are spreading
Yeah.
among our family members. We are giving that light. So, there is naturally peace and harmony in the family when I stay in my truth, which is being light, being love, and always shining bright. And all these ups and downs, emotions, yes, they will come. As we were saying in the beginning, kids will fight, they will have their own share of emotions or tantrum. But as a parent, I am always giving them that unconditional love. I am keeping those doors open for them and always shining bright so that they can come with whatever they are carrying in their day, in their heart, to just share with me. So beautiful. So, Harika, before we say bye to our audience, do you have any questions for us?
Um, no questions, but if I can just say, I think what I've from my learning experience as a parent, just a quick message. Presence matter more than anything. They crave our presence. And also another quick tip, if I can give anyone that that may be listening, that it can help. What I s- what works for me is when I'm upset or when I'm not in a position to control myself, I've been doing 3 deep breaths. So every like I pause. When my girls are fighting and screaming and yelling, it's like what I do is like I pause and I take those 3 deep breaths. What I'm noticing with those 3 deep breaths is that I'm not elevated, like my emotions are not elevated. I come to a neutral where I'm able to guide them better. So that's what I'm noticing. I've actually done this even in my work also. It's like um, before a presentation, it's like when I'm nervous, 3 deep breaths. I don't know, it just works like magic. I don't know what it is to it. I guess it's just the way our breath is, the pranayam. So it's like um, there's definitely that thing to it, but 3 deep breaths. That's what I could. No questions as such is coming are coming to mind right now, but that's what I would leave here with.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We did talk about the power of deep breaths, and Sister Rini was also telling whenever you catch yourself, your emotions are here, there, right? Just 3 deep breaths or one breath also. We breathe all the time, but we do
Yes,
not do
breathe in
conscious
awareness.
breathing.
Yes.
Exactly. And there is science behind it. Definitely, your nervous system is reset, right? That rest and digest will kick in. But if you're always on the go, accelerator, right, then you can do accidents. So the power of pause is very important. So absolutely right. Sister Rini, anything from you before we drop off for today?
Yeah, I wanted to share an experience my daughter was sharing with me the other day. And she said that she has a friend, and her friend has a 11 or 12-year-old brother. And she was playing backgammon with him, and he doesn't like to lose. So, so in that game, he kind of lost the game, and then became very upset, and he went to his room, and he was crying. And the mother said, so my daughter said that I should have gone easy on him. So then the mother said, don't worry about it. Let him face his emotions. Let him become comfortable with his emotions. And when he's comfortable, then he will come back and play with you. So I really like that simple approach of the mother. not trying to go give him some beautiful lecture on how not to be upset when you get lost in a game, when you've lost a game, or not to kind of be upset or cry on a small failure like that. Nothing like that. Just let him be comfortable with his emotions. Let him take his time, and then let him come back when he feels he's comfortable with his emotions. So I think this being in touch, firstly with your own truth, and then from that place, being in touch with the emotions impersonally, I find is something parents can really do for their children, first by living it themselves, and then really allowing them to feel their emotions in a healthy way. I find is very useful. And about the breath also, I kind of wanted to add, I just feel compelled to kind of say something about it. Yeah, the beauty is usually our attention is caught up in our thoughts, and thoughts are always telling a story.
Yeah.
And projecting some ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we relax our attention on our breath, there is no story there. There are no ideas there. It's just simple, neutral, absolutely calm breath. There's no me, there's no other. You've already come 80% back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because usually otherwise our attention is just caught up in thoughts and stories about this one and that one, and what I as this person will do tomorrow, or what I did 2 days ago I should not have. I mean, these are the stories that are constantly spinning. The moment you come to breath, the life force of the story is taken away, is your attention.
Mm. Beautiful.
That's why when you're on your breath, your attention is on your breath, not you, but your attention is on your breath. It is like mind is temporarily relaxed. And if you take one step further back, which is the observer of the breath, then the mind dissolves.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, yeah, without knowing it, you are kind of really doing it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now it's time to just go one step back.
You're true. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Harika, for joining us today and giving us that beautiful gift of affirmation. I am love, I am light, and I'm shining bright. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me in this meaningful conversation. Thank you, Sister Rini, for all the
Thank you,
insights.
Sister Rini. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you.
You are listening to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation. As part of our youth series, we will be releasing new episodes every month, so make sure to continue to check those out. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we thank you so much for listening.